Is that what you'd say is your favorite thing on the menu?
It's hard to say. Everything's my favorite.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be on the menu if it wasn't. It is what it is. Like, I really enjoy everything that I do on the menu.
At Beezy's Bistro, the spirit of the Cleveland Browns meets the flavor of Tucson. This scratch kitchen serves mouth-watering dishes in a friendly atmosphere where you are always welcome and treated like family. What's better than watching the game, drinking local beer, and eating delicious scratch kitchen food? You get all of this at Beezy's in Tucson, Arizona. We got to catch up with the culinary mind behind Beezy's menu and food, Brian Sorell, along with co-owner Sean on our most recent visit to one of Tucson's friendliest neighborhood eateries. Hey everyone, it's Kimberly, your go-to real estate agent in Tucson, Arizona, and today we are talking about the pizza and sports bar Beezy's Bistro, located in central Tucson. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons to follow along with Tucson news and learn more about things to do and see and know about this city, my hometown. And when you or your friends are selling or purchasing a Tucson home, I would love to assist. All my contact information is in the description below each video on this channel. Don't forget, we have over 800 videos out about Tucson and real estate on the channel, so binge watch the rest after this one. Make sure you comment below with your favorite item on the Beezy's Bistro menu. Thanks for hanging out with us today, Brian.
Hey, thank you.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about the ambiance and the feel of this place?
So this particular location, I fell in love when I came into it. It used to be a Mexican restaurant. The idea was once I came in here, my wife's also an artist, so she fell in love with the colors, the terracotta and the yellow. And actually, it sparks the appetite. We were like, well, this works.
What does BZ stand for, by the way?
Okay, so BZ was kind of a nickname I got when I graduated from culinary school. Kind of followed me throughout my career. I was testing for the chef for the Gold Room in the AM sous chef position. Everybody that was there was very talented, and we were all competing, and we were all really young and just breaking into the scene. Everybody's wearing toques, and they had the chef coats on, and I did too as well, but I was wearing a woo-wear hat. The hip-hop feel kind of followed me, and they called me BZ. And that's kind of how it went. We've had BZ's now 16 years.
So you're the cook. Tell us about your menu. What do you got?
I started off with pizza, and I slowly evolved into this higher end Italian fare.
What's the best pizza? They can only pick one or two. You can give me two. Favorite.
The BZ special is like your traditional everything on it. Same time, the hammer is one of my favorites personally. And what it is like a combination of all the pizzas. The hammer has red onions, the pepperoni, the capicola, the ham, roasted peppers, sausage, and then it's splashed with pesto on top as a finish.
Nice.
So it's like, yeah, it's the best, all the worlds put into one pizza. Then I incorporated some of my classics that I studied in culinary school, the French style. Some of my favorite dishes, like as an appetizer, my garlic and brie. It's very much a tribute to the classics. I wrap it on croûte, so it's wrapped with puff pastry, and you bake the brie. You roast the vegetables and you bake the brie at the same time, and then I have roasted garlic that I do in the whole clove. Fresh fruit, couple glasses of wine, you're set.
Yeah.
We have award-winning wings. I took my wings very seriously. I actually marinate my wings for days, and then I bake them off in the pizza ovens. Okay. So they get this really nice caramelization and great flavor. And then I flash fry them and toss them in all our homemade sauces. Our mango habanero is a sauce that was actually inspired from my very first job as the sous chef at Gold Room. Jason Janelanis was the executive chef. I worked under him and Craig DeBurn. This recipe that we did for the rock shrimp flautas. Then I took that idea and I modified it, and I had habaneros, and I kind of added a little more Asian flair to it. Yeah, it comes out really nice. I have the garlic parmesan. I have the teriyaki. Of course, I have your traditional buffalo. I do this really great barbecue sauce. We have a fire honey, which is another one that my wife actually inspired, which is pretty much our newest favorite. It has taken off like wildfire. It's like a spicy sriracha Thai chili paste.
Is that what you'd say is your favorite thing on the menu?
The wings definitely are one of my favorites. I mean, it's hard to say. Everything's my favorite.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be on the menu if it wasn't. It is what it is. Like, I really enjoy everything that I do on the menu. Some of my more favorite pastas that I do on the dish, like the linguine with Italian sausage. Oh. That's one of my family favorites. Like my brother, my dad, everybody loves it. It's done with spinach and roasted peppers and red onions. Also for seafood, I do a ciappino, which is a tribute to my mom, and that one is it's in a coconut curry broth.
You've got a really eclectic menu.
Well, and that's the plan. Like as a bistro, that's kind of what we envisioned, and we're moving slowly in towards that direction.
Do you have some desserts that you really like?
Yes, of course. We do all of our cheesecakes in-house, so our cheesecake is definitely one of the most popular. And as we get into seasons, we will infuse it. We do a pumpkin spice, of course, with a ginger snap cookie crust. We'll make the ginger snaps and then dry them out and make the crust with those. And so, yeah.
Last but not least, tell us about your drinks.
Okay, yeah, well, no, the drinks, that's where, honestly, Julie is one of our top servers and bartenders here, and she's been with me now for about 2 or 3 years, and she came on board and has really kind of stepped her game up. One of my favorites and one of my wife's favorites is the espresso martini. My sister-in-law, whenever they're in town, they come in. We do a lot of golfing on the weekends, and so every time they come in, we definitely have to have an espresso martini. So
that's awesome.
Keeps us up after a long day of golf.
It's a dessert drink.
Yeah, and it's delicious. It comes out really nice. And then we have the banana old fashioned is one of my favorites, and then the mango martini was really good too. It's got a fruitiness, but it's not too sweet. That's the one nice thing about it. It's still a martini. So, and that's one thing too, is that with this new location, we get to bring all of our feelings to the table. We worked really hard to get this really nice, classy ambiance, so it matches what the cuisine is like that we do here, and the hard work that I put into the menu. And then also we put all these TVs all around us, put in 24 handles for our beer. The TVs bring in that sports bar attitude. We wanted to keep it classy, but we didn't want it to be pretentious.
Yes, it is a sports bar, sports restaurant, but I think people can enjoy it even if they're here not for sports-related things.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's not just a place to go on game day. I mean, lots of other options. If somebody is brand new to BZ's and they've never been here, what do you absolutely recommend they have to try their very first visit?
Everything. The lunch special is always the best way to kind of, for someone that's new, especially if they're here at lunchtime, of course, because they can kind of breeze through the menu, and then at the same time they can try one of our salads, try the pizza. Everything's, like I said, made from scratch. All of our vinaigrettes are made in-house and that type of thing. And the raspberry salad has been something that has always been a staple on the menu from day one, and everybody really enjoys it. Just come in and give us a shot. You won't be disappointed.
Well, it was great hanging out with you, Brian.
Yes, thank you.
Sean, the co-owner of BZ's Bistro. Do you guys have a lot of regulars who come through? And do you know all of them by name?
Will you put me on the spot? We do have a lot of regulars. Yes, we do. And we love all of them. And I know most of their names.
Yeah. That's really cool. Even in this time that we've been sitting here for a couple of hours, I've seen several people come through, and it sounds like you know all of them, and they definitely know you.
Yes. So far, so good,
How do you want people to feel when they walk in the door? Is there a certain ambiance? Is there a certain feel that you want people to have when they come and when they stay and then when they leave?
Yes, I want you to feel like family. We definitely do. I want you to come in and, tell us, how everything is and how you're doing it. I mean, if the music's too loud, we'll turn the music down for you. I definitely want you to feel at home, feel comfortable, and definitely want to come back as much as you possibly can.
And you want them to be Browns fans by the time they leave, right?
Well, I would love for all that to happen, but no, I just want you to come in and enjoy whatever game that you want to enjoy. But if the Browns are on, it might be the loudest game in here. I was born and raised in Cleveland, Ohio. I moved out here in 2007, and all these plates of stuff I brought to the table because we are Browns fans. And all that plates came from Christmas items and stuff from my mother-in-law, Peggy, and family members and all that kind of good stuff. And a lot of this stuff, too, is, the Browns helmets and the little pictures on the top are all mine that I've been gathering throughout the years. I have so much stuff that I honestly can fill this whole place up with Browns stuff. I had to keep some for my house. But we honor any game and any team out there. We'll definitely watch them here for sure.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for inviting us into your second home.
Oh, yes.
Home away from home.
Yes.
And making it feel like it was our home.
I'm so glad you're here. That's great. Thank you.
I hope you've learned a little bit about BZ's in Tucson, Arizona. I absolutely love local Tucson restaurants where I can go, get welcomed by a friendly and inviting staff, and enjoy delicious food and beverages in a fun and laid-back atmosphere. If you or anyone you know is looking to buy or sell property in Tucson, Arizona, I'd love to help you out. All my contact information is in the description below each video on the channel. I'm a born and raised Tucsonan with an in-depth community knowledge to help guide you in your home buying journey, and an extensive marketing package that I'm sure will knock your socks off. I feature all of my listings on this channel, along with hundreds of other videos on the channel about things to do and see and know about the city, my hometown, so explore those when you get a chance. Comment below with your favorite thing about BZ's and show the channel some love by liking and subscribing on your way out the door. I really appreciate you hanging out with me today, and I will see you in the next Tucson video or when we go to buy or sell a home together.